folks, it's Rob, your station manager. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'm here to talk to you about Plex. I'm recording this at the Fortune Block location at 226 Main Street, where we are using Plex to stream music from CKUW to the Fortune Block for broadcast. Plex is a piece of software that we started using at CKUW a few months ago, trying to allow volunteers to have more access to CKUW's music collection when creating shows. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about Plex, how it works. I'm going to demo it very quickly, and then I'll be, open to your questions over email. Remember, staff's here to help you, so questions that you have, there's no silly questions. Just get in touch with us on email, give us a call, and we'll work with you. Now, Plex is a piece of software. It grew out of an open source software project of some computer enthusiasts who had large video collections, and they wanted to have an easy way of viewing those collections at home, sharing it in kind of like a home theater environment. And so out of that grew Plex. Because of that, it connects to this larger community, and perhaps you already have a Plex account for your own personal videos. We're using it strictly for music at CKUW. But I'm describing that because Plex connects to this larger community, it can be a little confusing to find the CKUW content on that. So let's start out here. Plex.tv is the website. When you head to it, you got all this stuff here. What you'll want to do is, if you have a Plex account or if you need a Plex account, sign up either to Plex or send an email to myself at the radio station, and I'll add you to the CKUW Plex server. So if you have an existing Plex account, we need to connect you to the CKUW account before you can see our stuff, before we can share it to you. So that's the first step. Once you've got an account and it's connected to the CKUW service, which is something that we would do for you, then you go to Plex and you would launch the service. And what will happen there is it'll come to a screen where it says, hey, I need you to sign in. Or actually, you might get to this screen first. It kind of depends. So here we are. We've got these videos, and this is where it can get confusing. None of this is CKUW content. It might be great, but this isn't what we're really here for. To get to the CKUW content, this is where you have to sign in with your account that is linked to the CKUW service. So here I'm going to use an example of an account that I've set up with an email address, but you could have it connected in different ways. So I've got my username and my password entered, and when I sign in, that's going to load Plex up, and it'll look a little bit different because within this account, I've already kind of done some basic configuration. And when you start, you might still have these TV shows and movies and things, live TV, that's there, part of the Plex system. And then when we add you to our account, these two things will appear, this cassette archive and digital collection. What I've done at the station and here is I've pinned them so I can hide that TV stuff that I'm not interested in today and just take a look at the collection. So when I click on that, here we go. We've got the CKUW collection. Now, Plex can be used to listen to this, to stream it. It is not set up for downloading or for saving it on your own computer. So it's a little bit kind of like maybe Spotify or YouTube Music in that way. So the digital collection comes up, and you can see we can scroll through it. It loads up the cover art or art that's been imported. A lot of this has been added automatically to the service, so we don't have control over it. It might not have the correct album art. It might just have something from the band's website or something like that. Now, if we want to find an artist, very easy. I'm going to use the example of that I know is in here. So Mogwai, the band, is in here. If I type this in, you'll see it pulls up some basic information about them, but we can also just hit enter, and then of course we'll get our typical search engine results here. We've got an artist page, we've got different tracks and different albums. So I'm going to go back to this album, Atomic, and click on it, and let's say I wanted to play this. Now, once I hit play here, you're going to hear it start playing, and you'll see a little player unit come up. So let's do that. Yeah, so it's kind of coming in the background. So just like that, it starts playing. I'm going to bring it down here in the mix a bit. Otherwise, it's going to drown me out. You get your typical playback tools here that you have with lots of software. So I could skip to the next track if I wanted to. I have a repeat tool. I have a playlist tool and other things here too. You can create your own playlists that are local to your own account. So that's kind of neat. Now, if I wanted to add something else, I could go back to the digital collection and I could search for another artist, or maybe I'll just go to Art Bergman here. And let's say I want to play Art's song next. This is being a little loud. I'm going to take that even quieter. I can just go to play next. And you'll see here when we go to the playlist tool, it pops Art's song in here. Now, on the playlist, I can rearrange things and drag them around. I can use the little X over here to get rid of stuff on my playlist. And so it's got a lot of those features that you might have seen in other media players. Other things that are kind of neat about Plex, I guess, you can sort of put in your own personal ratings. What we would like to do at some point is tag things a little bit better. All this information that you're seeing here has been brought in automatically, through the internet. And so some of it's not totally accurate. I can show you that by up here when you go to browse. Right now we're looking at our collection by date added. And we could reverse that so that we look at the oldest stuff first. And, some of this is obviously not correct. Chastity Belt, the band, I don't think any of the members are 41 years old. So some of this stuff needs to be addressed. And you can see that's kind of strange. Especially when you go to genre, you'll notice things here too where, again, these genres have been imported. So what's the difference between all of these different things? I don't really know. German versus Germany, Giles Peterson as a genre. So yeah, some of this stuff would be nice to tidy up, but you can click on it and you'll get you'll see what there is that comes up. Oh, Sparks, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so that's a way to search there. The thing we would really like to tag would be local artists, of course. We'll clear that filter. We'll go back to seeing all of them by date added. This is sorted by artist. We can change it to albums as well. So that's a really brief overview of Plex. What is Plex great for? It's great for streaming. It's great for discovering music and exploring CKUW's digital collection. If there's music at CKUW that you think should be added to the digital collection, let us know. We could hopefully do that for you. But like I said, it doesn't allow you to download or save things at home at this time. If you have any questions about Plex, get in touch with the staff. If you need an invite to use the system, send me email, rob@ckuw.ca or manager@ckuw.ca, and we'll go from there. You can explore Plex and have some fun. Thanks, everyone. Bye.